With Pokemon Scarlet and Violet less than 3 weeks away, I wanted to take a look at the Pokemon that have been revealed so far, new Pokemon, and rate them to how I like them. Hey everyone, it's Zach, and today we're just going to take a list at the Pokemon that have been revealed so far for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, and I'm going to rate them based on how much I want to use them, based on how much I like their designs. If you guys enjoy this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see me do a list of the Pokedex that has leaked so far of Mons that are returning, let me know in the comments down below. But I thought for this first video, I would keep it to new Pokemon that have been confirmed as of November 2nd. So we'll go in order. First one is Fido. I don't really like Fido. I've noticed that all of the food made Pokemon have been fairy or became fairy. So I wonder what's the correlation between food and fairy type Pokemon. If you think of it like Swirlix and Alcremie are all fairy type. And I mean, it just looks like a Yamper that's not a Yamper. And Yamper was one of my favorite Pokemon of the Galar region. Next up is Titan. Titan looks cool and I want to use it, and hopefully Terastallization really helps it out, but I think being a pure ice type is going to kind of stink unless it has a good move pool that could take advantage to some forms of Terastallization, whether it's like a water type or maybe a steel type. But even then you still carry the fire weakness. But I think Titan probably B. And I'm not gonna lie, when it was first revealed, I was like, oh, it's a sperm whale. Now we're on to the starters. Honestly, Fuecoco is my first pick. Fuecoco is an A to me. We haven't seen the middle evolution or the final evolution at this point, so you really can't judge them that much. But I'm gonna put the fire starter Fuecoco at an A for me. Quaxley and Sprigatito. Honestly, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one, but Sprigatito is like low for me. I want to say low C, because it just looks like a cute Litten, and I'm just thinking Incineroar. Like, is this going to be grass type Incineroar? Who knows? But Quaxley is going to hit up the B for me. Can we move it? Yeah. Quaxley is going to be B. I think my two types, because I buy both games, is going to be Fuecoco and Quaxley, because I think so many people are going to pick Sprigatito. You're going to get it like a lot. You're going to get Fuecoco and Sprigatito on Wonder Trade a lot. I feel like Quaxley is going to be just like Inteleon was, where it's not picked as much as the other two. So I want to make sure that I have one of my own to start breeding with. Next one is Palmy. It's the Pika clone. I would love to see this get 3 evolutions, because originally most Pika clones are non-evolutionary or have 1 evolution. So to get a 2-stage evolution Pika clone might be pretty cool. And I feel like getting one that is a little more physical, I like it. I'm gonna put it in B. Smoliv. I really don't know what to expect from Smoliv. Normal grass doesn't seem that great. We'll have to see how it comes out when it evolves. But as of now, like, Smoliv is just that cute, like, babyish Pokemon that you have at the beginning of your game, you fully evolve it, and you throw it in your box and never see it again. Hopefully I'm wrong. Next up is Lechonk. Lechonk I want to say A, because it's just funny to have like a pig that just looks normal to me. I think we'll put in B behind Quaxley. Once again, like, I'm trying to think of the evolutions, like what I think the evolution will be, and it's just I don't know. So let's take a look at the box legendaries, Koraidon and Miraidon. I think this is Koraidon. I think this is Miraidon. I don't fully remember at the moment. My go-to, I'm going to start with Violet. So my go-to is Miraidon, I believe. And then we'll put Koraidon at a B. The order and the tiers, like, other than the starters, have like nothing to do with their placing. I don't think it's a low B, it's just in the B tier for me. I think, here's my prediction right now. I think the legendaries are going to have a form of adaptability where no matter what their type is, I think they're going to get like a stab boost on all of their types. So for example, if Miraidon up here is electric and dragon, like I think it's going to be, if it terrestrializes into a different type, all three of those will get an adaptability boost. I think that will be the thing, because like the big gimmick is terrestrialization. So I think they will have something that lets them take even more advantage of terrestrialization and kind of set them a bar above everything else. Kind of like how Zacian and Zamazenta, their moves doubled power against Dynamax Mons, so it made them just as strong as Dynamax Mons hitting Dynamax Mons. And I know that that wasn't their ability, that was more of a signature move, but I think their ability will be tied in with getting multiple stabs, even when they change typing. Paldini and Wooper, automatic S. Automatic S. Because it's just, look at it. It's a Wooper, but it's even more adorable. It's got little bones for antennas. Next up is Cyclozar. Cyclozar is, I think, like, they added it in so people would think that it evolves into Koraidon and Miraidon. I don't know yet. I don't think this is like a Cosmog situation where it can, based on like what storyline you get, it could evolve. But I could be very wrong here. But it just, like, if it's not connected to them other than for their body type, then I don't know. This Pokemon isn't really unique to me. The Shed Tail move is really cool. I think that could lead to some cool stuff, but we would have to see its stats. So I would put it in a D, but Shed Tail is bumping it up for me. Grafaiai. Grafaiai was cool when it was first announced. It really hasn't stuck my attention though. So poison typing is really good offensively, but not the best defensively. And it looks like this mon isn't going to have like good defenses. Maybe it might have like a decent HP. It all depends on what it can do competitively. But right now, like, it's just like, it's mid. We'll put it in a B tier. Cloth seems very memey. We've seen it in its Titan mode and the story mode. So I would love to see if that gives it any benefits, whether if you can catch the Titan version of it and it gets, like, it's just like a bigger size, kind of like the Totem Pokemon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But right now, I feel like it's going to be a Pokemon that has a big glaring weakness that is going to make it like not competitively viable. Armor Rogue and Ceruledge are, as I like to call it, Heat Man and Shade Man from Mega Man Battle Network, because that's what these two remind me of. I want to say Ceruledge, based on the design alone, is like almost S rank. But I do like how they kind of match the game, like the box legendaries, and I wonder if that's like some form of correlation. But right now I'm putting them both in A, but I will put Ceruledge above Armor Rogue. Next up is Wiglet. I don't know. I get the convergent evolution as an adult, but how are you going to tell like the kids that this game is actually like aimed towards? They're going to look at all these other regional mons like Wooper, for example, and they're going to be like, oh, this is Paldean Diglett, and you're going to have to correct them. You're going to have to be like, no, that's its own Pokemon. I feel like it's going to be really confusing for the kids. For that reason, I'm going to put it C. For Rigorath, I'm very biased on. I'm going to do S. For Rigorath, it is definitely a mon I want to experiment with VGC. Hopefully it has reliable stats that will use it the way I want to use it. For those of you who haven't seen, I did make a video where I talked about how I think Cudchew will be a really good move. For Rigorath, or it will be a really good ability. For Rigorath, gets Skill Swap and Trick Room. So I think if you could like set up Trick Room, get a Belly Drum off with a Snorlax, for example, and then recycle and then pass on Cudchew, you can give Snorlax the ability to eat a berry twice and then recycle it as well. So I'm very biased about this because Girafarig is one of my favorite Gen 2 mons. Pokemon Silver being the game that like I really like fell in love with the series. I started out with Yellow and then got Silver. I loved Pokemon Silver, and so one thing, two mons that I used a lot at the beginning of my game and almost towards the end were Girafarig and Stantler. So to see both of those mons get evolutions this gen, technically Weirdeer is Gen 8, but to see these mons both recently get an evolution, I just love. Bellybolt. It depends on how its ability works. So a lot of people are speculating that Bellybolt is going to be a charge, so the next electric type move is going to do like double damage, which I think would be really good, but is going to be able to take a hit. Looking at how thick this boy is, I would have to say that it is. But so far, I like the designs, I like the color schemes. I think it's just funny looking. I'm going to give it an A. And the last one is Greavard. I know Fido, I gave Fido flack because it's not Yamper, but that's because like I feel like just like its body type and its design is close to Yamper. It's like, okay, take a Yamper and turn it into food. With Greavard is a very unique design. In all honesty, it's not something you really saw. It's kind of like Stoutland, but it has its own unique elements to it. So for that, I don't want to put it in B. I feel like it fits in B. But I think it's like barely A. I want to see where that Pokemon goes. like evolution wise? Is it gonna evolve? It's strange to me. I feel like a lot of dog Pokemon only get one additional stage. Like, look at Houndoom and Houndour, Growlithe and Arcanine, Yamper and Bolton. I feel like there's another Dogmon I'm missing. But, I mean, looking like Stoutland, maybe it will get 2 stages of evolution, and it will be something to really work with. I hope it's not Ghost Fire. A lot of people are speculating Ghost Fire because of the candle on its head. But I feel like you could do something else with the typing. I feel like Pure Ghost would be better. I don't know. But this is my totally biased list. How would you rate these Pokemon? Is there anything that you disagree with? How mad are you about me putting Sprigatito down in C tier? Let me know in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this content, do not forget to like and subscribe, and we're getting our way to 1,000 subs. So, you know, if you haven't yet, subscribe, please. Either way, if you've made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. I'm Zach, and we'll see everyone later.